We always called them corned beef.
The question is, does a bear take a crap in the middle of the road?
Sitting up on top of coolers.
Well, good morning. I'm here on Chestnut Ridge in Big South Fork. I'm with Randy Neal and Mark Rule from the Morgan County Hiking Club, and we're going to go down on a really short hike, but we're just basically looking for wildflowers. It reminds me when I was a kid, hiked a lot in the Smokies, and one of my favorite places is Greenbrier. A lot of old home places, a nice little trail. You see these old guys chasing after butterflies and making pictures of flowers, so guess what I've become? Right when you get started to the left of the road, you see just a big, no doubt this is probably a field at one time. Nature takes over in a hurry. Been several years since I've been down this trail. I think the last time was probably about 3 years ago. Very nice, pleasant. More of a walk than a hike. It's flat all the way to the bluff. To get to Chestnut Ridge, drive up Divide Road till it becomes Laurel, cross into Kentucky, and you'll pass the road to Terry Cemetery. Keep going and start looking very closely to your right for a little pull off, kind of a muddy little area. Not really a sign, just have to kind of watch your GPS. And literally we walked this road all the way down. There's a trail goes down into no business. You can turn back, go up Tackett Creek and come out on Sleeping Oak. You can go all the way across, come back up Terry Cemetery. So get down to the bottom, hang around, and go to Ramsey Boyette's chimney. So just, you can make this as big a trip as you want it to be. Starting to warm up just a little bit. We're in what mountain people call blackberry winter. Starts out redbud, dogwood, locust, blackberry. What comes next is a little bit up for speculation. Some people call it cotton britches winter, stump winter, but we're going through a little Tennessee cold snap. It's where the old home place used to be in this fork here. Road will take you back to another trail that goes back around to Divide Road. And you can go on out here to the Overlook. Not hard to imagine this whole flat along this road being a beacon fields at one time. But really on both sides. There's some pretty good trees right here though. Over here to the left you can see the smaller stuff, and again easy to see 100+ years ago this being fields of some kind. After you spend enough time in Big South Fork, you begin to understand flatland was a very valuable resource, and anything that was flat up here, I'm sure was utilized some way. Well, alrighty, according to Gaia GPS, we're back in Tennessee. Everybody I hike with now's got Gaia, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So, hike with a group of people and you look around, everybody's looking at their phone while they're walking. Kind of reminds you of being out in a shopping center somewhere. Everybody's walking, looking at their phones. The thing about getting out in the woods is that you forget all that, but it does have its good points. I'll give it that. No doubt, again, another home place, just a really open area that's still nature ain't taking it over. I want to say I get well to my hiking buddy about once a year, Jim Hayes. He lives in Virginia. Been under the weather for a good while, having some more tests done today. So Jim, get well, and Randy and I will meet you up there and get another hike in. Cool thing about hiking up here to an overlook, you can look through the trees and start to see a lot of daylight, and you know you're getting close. Ages ago, there used to be a sign right in through here that said no business overlook, which it is, but one problem there is everybody in the world has always called this the John Muir Overlook. It's on the John Muir Trail. Don't see it anymore. I guess somebody took exception and took it down. Across the way there's the old Stooping Oak Trail, goes out that ridge, and down below us is the old Tackett Creek. Flows all the way down into no business. Had a good hike there several years ago. Years ago, Randy, Neal, and I were standing here, and we were looking across the way to that big bluff over there. We decided one day we're going to stand there and look this way, and a year or so later, we got the maps out, found a way there from Michigan Camp Road on Terry Cemetery, and stood on that one point where it's kind of a yellowish looking rock looking back this way. Probably one of the better hikes we've ever done up here because we saw it, made a plan, and did it. Had to zoom in and make the obligatory picture of the Boyette chimney. Of course, that's the overlook I was talking to you about earlier, about hiking to. Down below is field and chimney. Right around up that draw is Ransom Boyette Cemetery. On top way up there, you can come off Michigan Camp, that's where Jordan Boyette was buried. And the old road goes all the way down, comes out right there. Trail behind me goes all the way back down to no business, which is right the bottom there. Now up through there is Anderson Branch, and there's some amazing falls, but dadgum, they're hard to get to. Very difficult. And no business goes on around all the way back to Big South Fork. You can hit the river and go back to Station Camp, but can't begin to describe all the hundreds of hours of good times I had down here. Very nice indeed. When I get to these overlooks, it's amazing views, but also a little bit sad to look through there and see the hemlocks starting to die off. These down in these hard to get to places haven't been treated, and then you got the ash trees that have just about gone now around the house. They're just falling like crazy. A little bit sad. You didn't see this a few years ago, but wow, down around the creek down there's just dozens of them that are pretty much gone. Rhododendron, they're getting ready to come on out, probably about 2-3 more weeks. Alrighty, back to the truck. Randy and Mark took the loop route, and they're gonna hike a little longer than me, but Chestnut Ridge out to the Overlook, John Muir Overlook, coming from Tennessee across the Kentucky line, past the Terry Cemetery Road, and be looking for this little pull off, little turnaround right here. Be careful though, it's got a couple of mud holes. Conventional car might bottom out, but we had a good time going out to that overlook and looking out all over no business. Brought back a lot of good memories of many hours spent out in that part of the country hiking Big South Fork. So hope you enjoyed it. These are the mud holes I'm talking about. Truck with a little bit of clearance, but wouldn't advise cars just pull over like we did. Alrighty, talk to you later.